Okay. It's going.
It's going slow.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's recording.
Really?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Bonesaw Entertainment proudly brings to you the Bonesaw Comiccast. I'm Chris, and this is John.
Hello. What's going on?
Welcome to the Bonesaw Comiccast, where we just talk about comics. Right now, we're going to be taking a look at the Batman v Superman trailer.
Best trailer I've ever seen.
It looks pretty good. I'm kind of glad that they're doing the whole Dark Knight Rises the thing with it. Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises.
I'm pretty glad that they're doing that. I like how they're borrowing directly from the comic book. And, you know, it looks like a grittier Superman. I think it's going to be pretty good. And it's a much darker Batman because it's like retired Batman, but it's not fat retired Batman like from the comic.
Yeah.
But still looks good.
It does look like it, you know.
Yeah, they definitely took that.
I mean, if you
look
at
with it.
Mr. Affleck, he's got the grays in there.
Yeah, the Fleck Knight looks pretty good.
Does look pretty good.
Yeah.
And what's his name playing Alfred?
Who did they get?
What's his name?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm gonna have to look it up now.
Doesn't matter. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, let's watch it first.
Let's watch it.
Give it a nice watch. Hopefully you can hear it on there, everybody.
Is it really surprising that the most powerful man in the world should be a figure of controversy?
We, as a population on this planet, have been looking for a savior.
Statue is awesome.
About a being whose very
he looks huge.
Love the statue.
challenges our own
It
sense
feels
of
like kind of a
priority
god complex he's
in the
starting to
universe.
develop.
Human beings have a horrible track record of
Lex
following
Luthor's voice
people
coming up.
of great power.
He sounds amazing.
Yeah, he does sound really good.
Absolutely. Chaos. Maybe he's just a guy trying to do the right thing. We know better now, don't we?
There he is.
Devils don't come from hell beneath us.
They brought their warrior.
They come from the sky. The world has been so caught up with what he can do that no one has asked what he should do.
Go home. I love that. So get out of here.
That's how it starts.
What's his
God.
name?
The fever, the rage,
The Rage.
the feeling of powerlessness,
Sounds like Alan
the
Rickman
turn
does
to
not.
a man,
Cruel.
cruel.
There's the bat suit.
Yeah, he's the buffest Batman ever.
Yeah,
He is the comic
definitely
book
is.
Batman. Like watch, they're gonna show him
He got big.
coming out under the thing. There he is.
Oh shit.
Like in the suit. He's so huge.
I know.
I mean, Affleck is what, 6'4"? Something like that? The guy's huge.
Yeah. Ah!
There it is.
Armor Batman time.
Bleed.
Yeah. And then they have the Batman Superman logo from the comic books. Looks
amazing.
so fucking good.
I mean,
You can't really get better than that.
how can you get better? And this is a teaser. That's
Yeah.
a teaser.
As far as a teaser goes, that's
You can't get better than that.
as on the ball as you can go.
I mean, and now I'm gonna have to look up, of course, who's playing Mr. Alfred. 'Cause now I
that's
feel
okay.
really stupid for not knowing. But, oh my god.
Yeah, he looks good.
I mean, Affleck looks great.
For everybody who was knocking him, and myself included, when they first announced it, oh man, I was so wrong.
Hope you're taking it back.
I take it back and
Who
I
supported
will
him?
eat it.
Who supported him, Hooks?
You.
That me and Mr. John Campia from
You
AMC Movie
and
Talk.
Mr. John Campy.
The only ones, I think.
Probably. You know what? I'm gonna take like a piece of paper and I'm gonna write down Ben Affleck is a terrible Batman, and I'm gonna eat it. I'm just gonna eat my
Eat
own
the paper,
words.
just like Carmen ate his own shorts.
I'm gonna do it.
My bad
Yeah.
underwear. Ate his own underwear.
I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna be really, really
Amazing.
bad.
Granted, it's a teaser. The movie could suck. I personally will love it. I mean, I'm kind of biased. I mean, I
Well,
thought
you're Mr. Superman, man.
Superman was, people, I know it was like almost like a 50-50 split, I think, of review-wise.
Yeah. Well,
for
whoever
the people who didn't like it.
Was
You know what I
retarded.
hated? You know what I hated about the people who didn't like it, and you've heard this from me many times, was every excuse of why they didn't like it was the stupidest excuse that I've heard. It was, oh, well, there was too much destruction, and, like, what?
Why would you want a comic book movie with no destruction?
Exactly, it's a comic book movie. People just don't understand.
It's a guy's interpretation. It's not lore. You know, they didn't write it down and make it the comic. You know, it's not like that. This is a director's open interpretation after it got filtered in through lawyers and everyone else of Hollywood. I mean, I would like to see the uncut versions of these and just see how much better they were initially. But, you know, I can't get that because I don't know those people.
We don't know those people. We should definitely get to know those people.
You definitely be friends with Zack Snyder.
I don't even know what he looks like. Oh, Jeremy Irons.
Oh, there we go.
That voice.
I do feel
that
really
voice.
stupid now
I feel really stupid.
for not knowing.
Should have known that.
Oh, well.
Should have.
And now we know.
Mr. Jeremy Irons. Powerlessness. Like that just... How he said... Who says powerlessness like that?
I don't know if that's
Nobody
really a
says
word.
Oh, it's a powerlessness? That's a word.
Okay.
And if it's not, Jeremy Irons just made it a word.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's a word.
It probably
Is it not a word?
I don't think that they would... I'm pretty sure if whoever was writing the script would just write the script and send... I'm pretty sure that no lawyer who looked it over would be like, oh, you know, that's not a word.
Stricken that from the...
I guess we could use it.
You have to use it. No, but I mean, every word he said was just like...
It was bold.
Oh, just turns good men cruel.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of like a weird saying if you think about it.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, Batman is, you know,
it sounds like it's a quote from something.
It looks like, you know, because obviously they're taking from The Dark Knight Returns, but obviously it's a totally different story. 'Cause Dark Knight Returns,
It's
Superman, the government's getting Superman to stop Batman.
Yeah, where it seems like this is just Batman is just trying to stop Superman.
But in the wrong way. It just seems like Superman's still just trying to help people, but things are getting destroyed, so people are pissed off.
Yeah.
You know.
Or kind of like Superman Red Son, where all Superman really wants to do, like, yeah, he works for, like, Stalin and everything, but Superman just wants to help people, and I mean, I know you haven't, like, read it yet, but it's, like, he just, the whole time, he's just trying to, like, help people. He's not trying to, like, he's not really taking orders from people. He's trying to just help everybody. And Lex Luthor, who becomes president of the United States, just doesn't want him there at all.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it sounds, like I said, we just got a little bit from Lex there, but it just sounds like he sees Superman as the devil, you know, as this, like, unearthly being that has all these powers, you know, and he thinks he's not, I don't know if he thinks he's using them for bad, but he's definitely not using his powers to help Lex.
Right. Well,
and we don't even know what kind of Lex we don't know what we're getting. Are we getting the top corporate Lex Luthor?
Are we getting, like, a younger Lex Luthor who's just angry?
Because, you know, Smallville...
I feel like we're just going to get a young, angry Lex Luthor who's, like, overconfident in himself.
But there's already Lex Corp, though, so, you know, that's also...
Yeah.
You know, because, like, from Smallville, I mean, even though they created the character of the father, Lionel Luthor, that's who started, you know, Lex Corp. When in the movies, and even from the comic books, it is Lex who started his corporation. So if his corporation's already in, he's a young, you know, just like what was the Facebook movie? That's Social Network. I mean,
I did not really care about it, so I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No,
it was alright.
I just didn't really see what the big deal was about making it. I was like, okay, it's way too early to be making a movie about this.
The guy's a millionaire. Well, Zuckerberg.
Well, yeah.
Zuckerberg.
But so?
Mr. Zuckerberg. Wouldn't you want your last name to be Berg?
No.
Why not? Mr. Berg.
If it's just Berg by itself, maybe.
Yeah, Berg. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
no, because his last name is Zuckerberg.
Yeah, it's like a huge name. I don't want, because like usually Berg has some giant thing attached to it, and I'm like, I don't want like a
Mr. Berg.
I don't want a big ass last name. I just one syllable. Berg.
Mr. Berg. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mr. Berg.
It's like Chris Berg. He gets things done.
Mr. Chris Hooksberg.
Chris Berg.
But yeah, so Lex, we don't know what he's doing. Like, exactly what he's going to be. And that first picture we got, it almost looked like he was in jail. Even though I'm guessing it was like the first shaved head pic. I mean, did you see that pic?
Yeah, more or less. I think it was just more of like a shaved head, not really him in jail.
No, but what he was wearing, it looked like a jumpsuit. That's what it looked like to me, which I'm sure it was just...
It might be, but I don't think so.
Nah.
He doesn't really go to jail until he starts messing with Superman.
Yeah. Until he starts, he's a criminal, technically.
Yeah, but before anything, like, I feel like we're going to be getting an early Lex Luthor.
No, definitely.
So I don't think that he'll be in jail yet.
No, I just like I said, it looked like it. But I mean, it seems like the main antagonist in the movie is Batman.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to introduce anybody else. I mean, did you hear the newest rumor with Joker?
What?
That there's going to be that Joker's going to be introduced in Batman v Superman now, in a type
really?
of. It's going to be a type which I thought was really cool. You'll like it. They said it's rumored by
more like a
Latino Review. It'll be like Batman's having, Affleck's having a flashback.
Okay.
Of the Joker killing Robin.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well,
if we get a little scene like that, that would be pretty cool.
That would be cool. I mean, that's that's the thing that makes him retire anyway, so it would make sense to see that.
Exactly. And that's what he is. He is retired. You can see it. He's looking, he's looking at the suit. It looks like he's about to shit himself, or I don't even know. It looks like he's constipated.
He just looks like, he looks like he's afraid of the suit.
He's afraid of the suit, and it's like, he's like, I'm gonna put this back on because of, this freaking metahuman, which I'm taking that from the Flash now.
Oh,
I'm going into the Flash already. I can't, because I didn't even see this week's episode.
Superman!
I didn't see the episode!
Well, it, Lex's kind of thing is just Superman. Like, I guess Batman is just kind of like, just metahuman. Dick in the dirt! Dick in the dirt!
Yeah. That's... And you gotta think, like, how is Lex and Bruce gonna work together? I mean, you have to think that's what it's...
Yeah, they're gonna have some sort of a partnership that's gonna end up going under.
Yeah.
Because I highly doubt that they're gonna have, like, a real definitive fight. Like, I think that Batman and Superman are obviously gonna end up working together at the end. Or at least in the middle at some point, and they start to assemble whatever we're gonna see as the Justice League.
Yeah, I mean, you get... And that's the thing with all of them. Like, God, they're introducing so many people still supposedly in this movie.
I feel like they're rushing
and how?
Way too much.
It's not they're rushing it. They're doing their take. I'm not going to say it's good or bad yet. That I won't say yet. Because
I'll leave that out until we actually see this thing.
Marvel did it their way. And if DC had done it the way Marvel did it, everyone would jump on them. Oh, you're just copying Marvel.
Yeah,
do it your way. Well, DC's doing it their way.
Yep.
They started with Superman, which, like I said, going back, there was one thing I found wrong with that movie, and that was the relationship between
Clark and Lois. I just don't.
That was my only issue.
Henry Cavill and Amy Adams are good actors and actresses in their own right, but they just were not together. They just did not work together. I just don't think that they had the chemistry.
Definitely not.
Also, I didn't like that how she just magically finds the Fortress of Solitude, just like that.
You thought that was the worst part?
I thought that it was bullshit.
Remember the ending, right when they're having, Superman and Zod are having their fight, and Lois is looking at them from a very far distance when they're falling down right back into what it was like Grand Central Station. It looked like. How the hell did she get all the way from where she was to where they were fighting?
Oh my God, I didn't even realize.
You never realized that. Even you love the movie.
I don't think I ever noticed that. But no.
Where did that come from?
She's like just
there.
She
was like 10, 15 miles away. Who picked her up and brought her there?
CIA.
Must have been.
I guess so.
Because as soon as they went down, boom, he grabbed. Oh, which by the way, talking about the end of that movie. Nope. Did anyone see that coming?
What?
Him just cracking.
Killing Zod?
Just killing him.
No.
And that was another complaint that people
I didn't see what
like,
people bitched about on that either.
How could you get a better ending than that? And I'm going to be honest with you, that ending made the movie for me.
Yeah.
It made it. And people who complain about the Superman doesn't kill.
No, that's what did it for me.
Read your comic.
Superman kills when he has to, but very rarely.
Oh, very,
very rarely.
He wasn't given a choice. And then again with the whole destruction thing. The guy's been Superman for not even a day.
Yeah.
He's just learning these powers and fighting an army who's been trained. And Zod, who is the strongest, obviously not stronger than Superman, but he's trained to fight. And Superman
his whole
has
purpose.
to stop him. And then he says it during the fight. It's either I die or you die. Like, he kind of mapped it out and people still were upset. And it's like, what kind of movie, what kind of Superman movie did people want? Christopher Reeves, the first two I thought were very good movies, but even,
Well, they're good. They were good movies for their time.
For their time.
When I watch it now, I'm like, okay, this is really cheesy.
It's
like,
lame.
I could watch it in the same I could feel the same way about it as Ghostbusters. While yes, I'll love it, but at the same time, I'll chuckle a lot. It's funny now. It's not as serious to me. Don't get me wrong, I still love it, but it's not really that serious of a movie.
It's like we have been, really spoiled with not only the amount of movies that are coming out, but the quality of the movies that have been coming out. We're spoiled.
Yeah. Yep.
But you're always gonna love the greats. Like, to me, still, until I see Affleck, which I have a feeling he might take Michael Keaton's place for my favorite Batman.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm gonna leave it out there.
That's gonna be tough.
Michael Keaton is my, and he's your favorite Batman. He's my favorite Batman. Yes. What's his name, Mr. Oh my God, I can't remember names right now.
Val Kilmer, Christian
Bale. No, not Val Kilmer. Yeah, Mr. Christian Bale.
Anyone but George Clooney.
Everyone loves Christian Bale. He's the greatest Batman. I'm sorry, but
he was okay.
He was good for the movies.
The voice was. He was good for those movies, but he wasn't the best Batman.
He wasn't the best Batman.
Maybe I'm not the best Batman.
Maybe I'm not the best Batman.
Maybe I'm just okay. Maybe. I'm gonna go film another Terminator movie. And flip out at some people. Get real mad.
Oh God, I'm definitely not seeing that.
Just get Daniel Day-Lewis to be Batman.
Daniel
Day-Lewis would probably,
way too small, but...
He would probably refer to himself as Batman and stay in costume the whole time, though.
Never be Bruce.
During the day he would be Bruce, and then, at night he would be Batman, and he would... Daniel, we're not shooting right now. I'm still Batman. I'm Batman. You can take the suit on. No. You're gonna hurt yourself.
I'll use science. What? Two-Face? What did you do with Scary Face?
So we got Avengers Age of Ultron coming out this week. By the time this goes on, it probably will already be out.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's going to kick major ass.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about it.
I know. Next week, baby.
Yeah, and how surprised you when I'm seeing it 3 a.m.
That is insane.
We're looking for tickets for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Any type of IMAX reserved seating, like I said, sold out. Jesus. Insane. We found a 3 a.m. show. 3 a.m. I've never heard that before. Lincoln Square. And we figured, why not?
Only in New York.
Only in New York. But no, I mean, the trailers for that, Ultron.
Just boot it up. Boot it up.
Yeah, we'll boot that up.
But it is looking pretty cool.
Which one though now? Because
put on the recent one.
The most recent one. Not a lot of service down here. Might take a minute.
But I think that it is going to be cool. I don't know if it'll be better than the first one, but I think it's definitely going to be really cool. I'm kind of curious to know if they're going to put a little teaser at the end of Spider-Man.
Well, supposedly, I don't know that. Of course, there is no.
Captain America 3 is going to be Civil War.
Well, that's technically that's going to lead into
Avengers 3.
The end of that's technically the end of this phase.
All right,
it's not loading.
Drats.
We'll let this exit out of it. Just give it a minute. Give it a minute, everybody. Mm-hmm. We'll come back to it. No, but before we even get into the trailer, what's your favorite Marvel movie so far out? Starting with Iron Man 1, what's been your favorite? Is it Avengers?
No. My favorite Marvel movie...
And you can include X-Men and
I was going to
say,
I was going to ask if those would count.
Yeah, count them. Oh, okay.
I don't know, I think my favorite one, to be honest, is either Days of Future Past, I liked a lot.
Yeah, last year was amazing.
I would say between that one, Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man, and we're talking all Marvel related movies.
Second one, yeah.
Okay, then it would be those two and the Punisher with Thomas Jane.
Really?
Oh yeah, the Punisher with Thomas Jane was excellent.
Sadly, I never actually even saw.
Oh, dude.
I know.
that, like, they got everything that they could have done right, they did.
I heard such bad things about the Punisher.
No way. The new Punisher was not that good.
Oh, I got it.
The old Punisher with Thomas Jane was awesome. Like, even John Travolta surprised me. He was a great villain.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna let it load. See
yeah. But I liked it.
So really, Punisher would be your top?
Those three. If you were talking about, like, of this generation, and Guardians of the Galaxy, I loved.
Yeah. I think you're leaving one out that you probably aren't just thinking of right now. Because I'm pretty sure it is up there for you. Which I'll name you mine. And
was it the first Captain America?
No. I'll name you mine. You name three.
Okay.
So mine would probably be Captain America 2, Winter Soldier.
Okay.
That was like, not only did it have
I haven't seen it all the way, to be honest with you.
What? I have it on DVD. Why don't you tell me this stuff?
I have it too.
Well, Winter Soldier to me was unbelievable. Not only were the fight sequences, but the whole story itself was just like amazing. Guardians would be up there for me also, because that was just fun and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Days of Futures Past I liked a lot. You know, like I said, I wouldn't put it up there only because my favorite X-Men movie is X2.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be, like I said, those are probably my three. Like I said, I mean, we aren't even putting Avengers 1 in there. Avengers 1, great movie, you know, all time, you know, making the money it did, but...
I like Thor 2 a lot, too. I thought that one was better than the first one.
I hated the first one.
Yeah.
I did not like the first Thor at all.
It was cool.
So Thor 2 definitely made up for it.
But I think Thor 2 was a lot better.
Definitely made up for it. Well, Loki makes those movies.
Yeah.
And
Loki was definitely one of my favorite guys.
Oh, yeah. But alright, we got the trailer up, so let's...
Alright, let's watch.
This is the third... I think this is the third one with...
it says trailer 3.
And that's the one with the Vision at the end,
okay.
I think. So.
I think so.
Which we'll get a look on that. And Ultron's voice is amazing in the first one.
Yeah.
And in this one it is, too.
I was designed to save the world.
Oh, boy.
People will look to the sky and see hope.
That's the
way too much food.
I think that
not complaining there. Uh-oh.
And he looks great.
There's only one path to peace.
And his voice is amazing. Who's playing his voice?
I don't know.
Their extinction.
I tried to create a suit of armor around the world, but I created something terrible. Artificial intelligence.
That's a Bruce Banner. Yeah, I mean, so...
It's called the Ultron program.
The Ultron program.
I'm sick of watching people pay for our mistakes.
Even though in the comics Hank Pym created Ultron, it makes sense. They made it make sense. But it's Iron Man.
Well, amazingly failed.
Well, that's one thing I think I'm not gonna like about this movie.
Black Widow?
No, the supposed love interest between Hulk and Black Widow.
It's okay if they tease it, but I don't think that they should really go completely through it.
Yeah. Iron Man looks great.
Through this. I got no plans tomorrow night.
I'm always picking up after you boys.
Very cool.
We can tear them apart.
Scarlet Witch.
There's the Hulkbuster.
From the inside.
That looks great.
That's the best you can do!
That's kind of good. That'll be a cool scene to watch. And the Vision. He looks really cool. Just that little part of him. I mean...
Yeah. They didn't put out a new trailer for Ant-Man, did they?
They did.
Oh, did they?
They did.
As soon as you spoke about...
We'll bring that one up.
I think that's going to kick ass, too. I was very surprised by Paul Rudd.
I was, too. But I think they definitely went in the right direction.
With the second Ant-Man storyline?
Not only that, but... You know, I heard this being talked about when they were talking about Ant-Man on AMC Movie Talk, and a little Ant-Man on the big screen, it's kind of comical just already.
Yeah.
So getting somewhat of a comedy actor in Paul Rudd, I think was perfect. It makes sense. If you get someone too serious to play that role, it could really backfire.
Ant-Man is not like he's not Batman, so he's not supposed to be like that serious.
Yeah.
I mean, Ant-Man is kind of more of like teaming up with people more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what he's known for. All of like Ant-Man's more well-known issues, he tends to team up with people. And I think that it's just going to be really cool to just see him stand alone. Now, I don't know if it's going to work as a movie, but it looks like it totally is. It looks like they got the right casting.
Well, that new trailer. Did you see the new trailer?
I did
the
not
one that
see the new trailer
the
yet.
one that showed and what's the villain's name again? I'm not a huge Ant-Man. What's that main villain? The Hornet? No, not the Hornet. That's the Green Hornet.
I don't know.
Yellow Jacket. Or
Okay.
whatever? Is that it? I don't even know if that's.
I'm not really sure. I'm not really too familiar with Ant-Man.
Yeah, I'm not. I think hopefully it'll load. No, I don't like ads.
I think it's gonna be good, and I really, really like Michael Douglas as Hank Pym.
Yeah, that's another thing. It'll be old.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! That's
Hey,
another
Avengers
trailer.
trailer. Thanks,
No, I'm sorry.
advertisements. We just skipped you.
We'll just skip that. And this is the newest Ant-Man trailer that shows. I think it's Yellow Jacket. I think. Who looks great, by the way, and I like the actor playing him.
Okay.
Imagine a soldier the size of an insect. The ultimate secret weapon.
That's the Yellow
Give
Jacket.
godlike
I forgot
powers
his
to
name.
everyone. It's going to be chaos.
So how do we stop you?
I know a guy.
Another guy.
Scott, I've been watching you for a while.
Watching him in jail?
You're different.
Kinky.
And I believe everyone deserves a shot at redemption. Do you?
Common thief.
Trying to save his
My
daughter.
days of breaking into places and stealing stuff are over. What do you want me to do?
I want you to break into a place and steal some stuff.
Makes sense.
Are you ready?
But it's okay, you won't be seen.
It's okay, you'll be a hero.
It's okay, a little guy.
The suit has power. You have
Oh,
to learn
that
how to control
bullshit.
it.
Pretty cool.
Ants would not do that.
These are your greatest
He
allies.
controls ants, don't you know that?
I know.
When you're
He's
small,
running with them.
you have
He's hanging out with the
superhuman
ants.
That
strength.
looks pretty. That is cool. I
That
like
is
what
definitely
they're doing.
cool.
It's like
a bullet.
he becomes big and small,
Whoa.
and he runs out of it.
So you need to know how to
Whoa.
punch.
You want to show me how to punch? Show me how to
See
punch.
the Angelina now?
Looks
That's how you
good.
punch.
I think the hair though.
Yeah, I'm not really crazy about that whole
You tried to hide your suit from me. Now
speed
it's
reverse
gonna blow
mullet
up in
thing.
your face
Don't
and
get it.
destroy everyone you
Okay.
care about.
Oh shit.
It looks pretty fucking sick.
Scott, get out of there.
Did you think you could stop the future? You're just a thief. No, I'm Ant-Man. I know. It wasn't my idea.
You're gonna have to have a oh, this is the best. the train,
What?
the train set. It's a little train set.
That's awesome. Okay, so the visuals are definitely gonna kick ass.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's not over yet. You get to see the whole train
Really?
scene.
Oh my
The
god.
little train.
Oh my god, Thomas, the tank engine!
I mean,
I knew Thomas couldn't be trusted.
you're gonna have some cool. You
Who
know,
puts a human face on a train anyway?
Thomas the Train. I mean, what?
There's just something not right about that.
That just made the trailer.
It's just not natural to put a human face on a train.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know much about Ant-Man. The movie looks good. It's almost like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
We have,
like it's new
no
for
idea.
me. It's new,
Yeah,
and I'm looking very forward to it.
it should be fun.
Yep.
One of those fun movies you like.
And I also cannot wait for The Force Awakens. I liked the new trailer a lot.
It was.
And, you know, it
I
was...
liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
cool to see, like, the disheveled Darth Vader mask.
That was the best
That
part.
was cool. And just
that and
hearing Mark Hamill.
Hamill's
But
voice.
the whole thing is, like, we didn't get to see Mark Hamill, and, you know, I know he's, like, he hasn't been in the best shape lately. So, like,
He's gotten old.
yeah, he's definitely gotten old.
guys,
You're
like-
definitely going to see an older Luke Skywalker. But I loved how, you know, Harrison Ford just looked awesome. Like,
He looked awesome.
he just looked like
looked like
he would after 30 years.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
And, Hamill looks a little like 60 or something.
Well, yeah, but that's okay. He's still a great voice actor.
No, definitely.
He's still great.
Still does the Joker great and everything.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think it's gonna be really cool. I really, just hope that it doesn't suck. I mean, I don't see it being anywhere near as bad as the Unnameable trilogy.
Yeah,
I definitely think it'll be a lot better, but I don't think it'll hold up to the original ones.
Probably not. Well, definitely not Empire Strikes Back.
No.
I didn't love Return of the Jedi.
No?
No, I didn't love it. I thought I still don't like those stupid things. To me, those little Muppet things, whatever you call them, the little Ewoks, was as bad as Jar Jar Binks.
No, they weren't as bad as Jar Jar Binks. Like, they weren't, like, George Lucas...
so sorry.
Listen, Lucas wasn't shoving the Ewoks down everyone's throat. Like, they didn't show the Ewoks every 5 seconds.
True.
They showed
they
them
were in a good
often
part of that
enough.
movie.
They showed them often
Especially
enough,
at the
though.
end.
They did show them often enough, but
They
it
were all,
was
like partying. Like, what the fuck is
well,
that?
what? Ewoks like to have a good time.
Those little things wanted to bang
They're all
Leia.
cool. Well, yeah, they did definitely have a thing for Leia. Also, Leia was like the only female, so I mean, at that point, it's like prison rules. So
So that's okay.
it's like interspecies prison rules.
The Jar Jar Binks saying,
Jar Jar Binks, no. Too damn annoying. Not even cute. Just really annoying.
Yeah, really annoying. I just showed all 6 episodes to Giovanna and Jeanette
Okay.
first time, and my question was, how should I do it? Should I show them 4, 5, 6, which is obviously the first 3, or should I show them episode, or show them in order, episode 1, 2, 3, and then
Don't show them in order.
I had to, because people need to understand it's just because. Yes, if you just watch 4, 5, 6 versus, oh my god, Vader is his father. Everybody knows that now. You never even don't have to know Star Wars to know that Vader is Luke's father. That's the only reason why to show 4, 5, 6 first is to be surprised.
Yeah.
But there was no surprise. So
yeah. I mean,
I never
been 40
seen them.
years.
Yeah,
so
I hadn't seen them in that order. I saw them 4, 5, 6 first, and then 1, 2, 3. But they hadn't, so I figured, why not show them 1, 2, 3, and they loved it.
Okay.
They're Star Wars fans now.
Well, as long as they like it.
She's my little Padawan. That's what I call her. Little Padawan. But I don't know. I don't have the hugest hopes. Like, this movie isn't gonna piss me off or anything.
No, I think
I'm just not. I'm a Star Wars fan, but
I don't think that it can get me madder than the quote unquote original trilogy.
The quote.
I don't think that it can get me any more annoyed or disappointed as episode 2.
To be honest, I like the Revenge of the. I'm about to say Revenge of the Shit.
No secondary.
Revenge of the Shit. No, Revenge of the Sith. I liked it. I thought it was
the best one out of those 3,
and it obviously
it still wasn't
to be.
that good.
No, but I did like his turn. He was kind of annoying. Just the way he talked.
It was kind of nice to watch Hayden Christensen get burned up by lava. I mean, that's what he gets for butchering the Darth Vader character.
Yeah.
He might be a cool person, he might be great in other movies, but I do not ever put that man in Darth Vader's shoes ever again.
I hated the kid in the first one.
Yeah, poor Jake Lloyd.
I didn't like him.
Did you ever see the making of featurette that follows the original episode 1 DVD?
No. I have it, so maybe
Okay,
I'll watch it.
It's like an hour and a half into the whole making of thing, and it shows these 3 kids that were auditioning, that they were like the 3 that George Lucas was gonna pick to be Anakin.
Alright, you told me.
There was one kid who was just awful.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was Jake Lloyd, his audition was not really great at all. He was fumbling.
Mm-hmm.
He was nervous. He wasn't really on point.
I'd be nervous
understandable.
too. That's being a Star Wars movie?
Yeah, exactly. I'm 10 years old. I'm doing Star Wars. Of course I would be nervous.
Yeah.
And, he wasn't good.
Mm-hmm.
His audition was just not good. And, then there was this 3rd kid who, 1, he had the look. 2, he got along well with everybody. He carried himself great. And 3, when he recited the lines, he not only knew them by heart, he was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And even George Lucas is I think he's the one.
And who didn't pick him?
And then he just go, and then like all the cast member, like all of the crew members are like, oh my god, this kid's great. He's totally gonna get it. And like Lucas is like, he's like, I think I'm gonna take him. And then he just, out of the blue, he just picks Jake Lloyd. And everyone's like, how come you went with Jake Lloyd? And he's like, well, I don't think he had it just yet, but I think that he can develop into what I'm looking for. And it's like, you already had the kid right in front of you!
He probably, Lucas probably was like,
he's not
crazy, and he probably just thought he had a better look.
I guess so.
It must have been something he looked at the kid and was like, oh, that's the kid I want. It doesn't matter how good or bad he is.
Yeah, I guess it goes like that. It doesn't matter how good your audition actually is. You just have to connect with the right person. But, I'm not knocking Jake Lloyd. I mean, he's still a great little kid in a Christmas movie. Like, I will always hold Jake Lloyd on a pedestal because of Jingle All the Way. His performance as Anakin Skywalker will not hinder my respect for him for being Arnold Schwarzenegger's kid.
Arnold, oh god, don't start with Terminator. I won't even see it. I'm not gonna see it. I just have no interest.
There's no reason for me to watch another Terminator movie.
The one of the trailers they had showed the whole movie, so I was like, oh, okay, I don't have to go see it now.
Yeah, the first one pretty much summarized the entire thing, and I think it's gonna be dog poo.
And you have Avengers coming out.
It's dog poo. Kind of sounds like Deadpool, which that's gonna kick ass.
That's gonna kick ass.
I think Deadpool is gonna get Zagat ratings.
That April Fool's joke that
Reynolds put up
was hilarious.
It was great.
And that is going to be a great...
I was like, it's going to be PG-13, sorry we fought. It's
like, nope! For the kids in the family, and then... Mr. Mario.
Just shot it in the face.
Right in the face.
So I think that Deadpool is going to kick major ass.
He's going to give this new Joker a good run.
Yeah. Yeah. Although the Jared Leto Joker, I think, is going to be really good.
I think
it'll be cool. He seems like he's really into it.
People need, and you know what it is? People need to just not forget about Heath Ledger, but they can't compare.
No, every Joker, you really can't compare you can't compare every Joker to any Joker because they're all apples and oranges. Even the animated ones, it's complete. Every interpretation is completely different.
Exactly.
And I think that's what I like the most about. And that's what I look forward to the most about going to see a movie that features the Joker, whether it's a cartoon or not. Mm-hmm. Whoever's playing him is always going to do a different job. Okay, we'll get Jack Nicholson, we'll get Cesar Romero, we'll get Heath Ledger, we'll get Mark Hamill, and we'll get John DiMaggio in Under the Red Hood, and then will.
Great.
I can't think of the other one that does it. He's on the Brave and the Bold show. I feel like it's Kevin something, but I don't remember what his name is. Whatever it is, he's the Joker that has like the dreads and stuff. He's like not really the best animated version of the Joker, so that's why I don't know his name.
Yeah, I didn't.
But everybody, my point is that everyone is completely different.
Exactly.
And that's probably the coolest part about it.
I mean, and it looks like they're getting this. They're not stealing this Joker from the Killing Joke comic, but
no,
that's kind of where they're getting it from.
They're borrowing, but they're reinventing.
Exactly.
And I think it's fine.
If he has tattoos, okay.
So?
People just gotta get over it.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
You're gonna get a different... If it's gonna be a movie, especially a live action one, you're gonna get a different version every time, no matter who's directing it. You're not gonna get the one right out of the book. So, why don't you just shut the hell up and not care? Okay, everybody hated Michael Keaton when he was announced as Batman. And guess what? He was awesome!
Everybody hated Heath Ledger.
Yes.
They were like, how can Brokeback Mountain, how could 10 Things I Hate About You play the Joker?
And then it's like...
And what did he do?
He shut everybody up.
And he threw everyone off a bridge.
Yeah.
Basically.
Pretty much.
And said, go F yourself. I'm gonna kill this role, and then I'm sadly gonna kill myself.
Oh, yeah. It sucked that happened.
Very sad.
I wonder if they would have had him reprise it if he had not died.
I mean, they didn't even have time to even think about it.
I know.
And I would love to hear if Nolan would have put him in. And of course,
I don't even mean Nolan. I mean Ayer. Like, I mean, if he would have if he would have
Oh, you mean
reprised
if
it
he
for
would've
Suicide
reprised-
Squad
oh.
also. I mean,
Well, no, because even
no question that he would have been in The Dark Knight Rises.
Well, it's funny because supposedly Nolan had interviews where they asked him, would you have put, Ledger as the Joker in the third one? And he was like, nope.
Really?
He's kind of like, which I think is kind of BS. He's just saying that, obviously, but yeah, he supposedly said that, nope, I wouldn't, even if he was, I wouldn't, that was the end. The second one was the end of that. I was, going to The Dark Knight Rises, my issues with that. I didn't love the first, Batman Begins. I didn't love it. I liked it. It was good. It started off fine.
Every time I see Batman Begins, I like it a little bit less because I keep finding more things that I don't like about it.
That's
my big problem was the Scarecrow. I hated the way that they portrayed him. I thought that whoever who played him, I thought that he played him well, but I think that he was written very poorly.
Yeah, definitely.
They started out writing him out the right way, and he was like this menace
Mm-hmm.
and everything, and he was even getting under Batman's skin, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
And then, he has this great plan, he executes it perfectly. Everyone's running around in terror, they're seeing all these, hallucinations. It was great. And then what happens? Boom. Frickin', what's her name?
Oh, God.
Just
Rachel
Dawes just comes in and
Tom Cruise
punches him in the face, and he right when he had the terrifying horseman look and everything like that, it was like, this is the Scarecrow that we need, and then he's like, he's just gonna get punched in the face for comic relief. That's what the whole build up was. All right, I'm not cool with this anymore.
That I get. Yeah.
So every time I see that, I just get mad. And then in Dark Knight Rises, he's there for 2 seconds. And he's like, not Dark Knight Rises, in Dark Knight. He's there for 2 seconds as more comedy relief because he just gets nabbed immediately, and it's dude, what the?
It wasn't even that wasn't even, I don't even think comedy relief.
They buried him.
That movie was just, that's up there, one of my favorite movies, Dark Knight, and then Dark Knight Rises. I remember when I first saw it.
The rest of Dark Knight I loved, but I just didn't like that opening part.
No, Dark Knight. I mean, there's nothing bad about that movie. Now going to Dark Knight Rises, and it's funny because this is a movie, every time I see it, which I don't even like to watch it anymore, I hate it more and more.
Really?
And I actually started off liking it. I liked Dark Knight Rises when it first came out. Bane was awesome. And I watched it over and over again. I'm just like, I don't really like this movie that much. What's her name? I said it right away. Freaking Talia al Ghul. That was the worst. I thought she was terrible. I honestly think she almost killed that movie.
I did not really think that. I got the swerve, and when I was sitting in the theater, I was like, "Oh shit, this is cool."
Yeah.
And then, when I thought about it, I was like,
No.
Bane's kind of a pussy.
Bane in love with the teardrop. You now have my permission to cry.
Yeah.
With the panties and fucking Madman.
It's like, what, dude? Come on.
What?
Bane does not cry. Bane beats the shit out of people.
Bane was my protector.
Supposedly there was a scene, a backstory scene of Bane that just got completely cut out of him getting doing the training with the back brace and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to actually see that because it was supposed to be. I heard that it's around 20 minutes of footage, and for whatever reason it got cut. But I feel like it would definitely make the movie better to show that. But, we didn't get it, so there's no reason to really bitch about it that much.
Right.
But I really just wish that they didn't go that route and make Bane I did this because I'm in love with her. And it's sad. It's Bane is not the Phantom of the Opera. Bane is a remorseless killing machine.
It was just, and then her death scene was, I could have made fun of a death scene, and that would have been the way I would have made fun of the death scene. And she just what the hell? And the plan is... That was it?
It was like a kid...
She's
It was like a kid in a high school play trying to do a death scene.
Yeah. And it was... I'm like, what?
They took her down.
I remember when I first saw it, I still hated that, and then I just started hating it more and more, and it just ruined everything.
So now you just can't even watch
her whole character in that movie, I hate it. Because I saw that death scene, and now every time I watch it, I hate her character.
Ugh.
The worst character.
Well, that's boners.
Oh, definitely boners. Hated that.
Or lack of.
Oh, so
Speaking of lack of boners, Dragon Ball!
Dragon Ball, man, it's back.
It's back, and
Japan is bringing it back.
it's probably still not going to be good.
It's probably. I mean, people hated GT. I didn't even hate GT. I liked GT.
Well, me not. I was never really a big fan of Dragon Ball Z growing up. I guess because the few times that I saw it, like I would have to get up early because I didn't have cable, so I would have to watch the reruns on Channel 11 or something.
WB.
Early at like 6:30 or something like that.
I remember that.
And then, like, which I didn't mind doing, but then when I watched it, it was always like, what happened last time on Dragon Ball Z? And it's like 15 minutes of stuff that we didn't get to see.
I know.
And then like the whole episode is just them charging a Kamehameha or like going Super Saiyan. And like the next, like, and I didn't even realize this, but the next day when people would talk about it, they would be like, "Did you see that thing? Like Goku was going Super Saiyan 2. I can't wait till he like finally does it and see what it looks like." And then like I'm like, "Oh shit, that was the whole episode."
Pretty much. Yeah. They did that.
It's like I couldn't figure out, I couldn't really process it because I was like, the next like the first episode that I saw it where it was like last time on Dragon Ball and it showed me, the 15 minutes of stuff. I was like, oh man, I really missed a lot. Like, I should start watching this. And then the next episode was like, last time on Dragon Ball. I was like, well, not really that much happened. And then it shows me all this shit that I didn't see. So I'm like, wait, what? Why don't you just show me the episode and not tell me that this was supposed to happen last time? Like, the whole episode, like, to me, the whole episode is just charging the Kamehameha shot or whatever. And then it just says, scene missing, and then it just shows him charging again.
Yeah, that they did that.
The continuity threw me off, so I just didn't watch the show.
They had a lot of episodes, but that's why they came out with that, the Americanized version, Dragon Ball Z Kai, where it's like they cut out all that kind of, I guess you could say, boring.
Okay, so that's what that was?
Stuff. That's what Dragon Ball Z Kai was.
Okay.
Which was good. I still like the way the original look was, and I have all the originals on DVD.
Yeah. The movies I liked. I like watching the movies.
The Brawly, Brawly is one of my favorite. When I am able to get my next tattoo, he will be one of my Dragon Ball Z because
awesome.
Brawly.
I always like
Brawly is awesome. They ruined him in the third one, but the first and second Brawly, my God, they made 3 movies out of Brawly. Like that never happens.
That's a good show.
Yeah, Brawly. And did you see the BoJack one?
I don't know. I might have seen it.
He has the most classic line. His very first line in that movie is, "Oh, I've been so tired, ready to break someone's neck."
All right, yeah, I've seen it.
And it's just like, wow, this guy is sick. And that's like, and it's funny because they didn't really timeline it with the episodes, but it kind of followed it in a way. So like, this is when Goku is dead, and Gohan has just beaten Cell and become Super Saiyan 2.
Okay.
But then in the movie, it was like he didn't know how to get back to Super Saiyan 2, so he needed to get angry again or find in him again. I didn't really like that because once you become something, you know how to become it again.
Yeah, well, unless you get hit in the head really hard.
Yeah, you forget. It's just, that's not what it was. You just.
But, like, you don't get, well, even if you have amnesia like that, you don't just say, well, what did I do? And then they're like, you got really, really, really angry.
Like, oh. Well, it's funny, and even though it's the most, probably my favorite saga, because you have your Frieza saga, which a lot of people like. Goku becomes, Super Saiyan. But my favorite is the Cell saga, the Android saga.
Mm-hmm.
And when Gohan becomes Super Saiyan 2, which again takes like 10 episodes of him, okay, I'm angry now, to become Super Saiyan 2 after, of course, Cell steps on the android's head. Like, really? It's not your dad getting beat up. It's not Piccolo getting beat up. Nah, Cell steps on this android's head after the android tells you, let it go, Gohan. Let it go. Steps on the head. You lose it. Bird's dead, flapping, and you become Super Saiyan 2, which was unbelievable. I mean, did you watch that? I don't know if you're...
I don't think I saw that.
You gotta watch, because you could just watch that episode, and of course it tells you how it leads up to it very quickly. And he just destroys all the mini-cells, like... The mini-cells are killing everybody.
Okay.
Vegeta, Trunks, even. And Gohan Super Saiyan 2 just comes out and, like, just walks slowly.
And he just...
Karate chop, your body's in half. Karate chop, your body's in half. And he's just killing everybody. Cell is just like, with the little sensu beans in his hand. And Gohan, like, goes so fast, and he takes it from him, and he goes, "When did you do that?" And he gives it to everybody to heal, and then for the couple more episodes, Gohan is just like beating the crap out of Cell, which then something weird happens, and Gohan kicks Cell in a way where Cell throws up the android that he kind of like took in with his tail.
He throws up the end.
So Cell has this tail where it looks like a penis, and the head of the penis opens up, and it engulfs the android.
I don't think I want to watch this.
It's hilarious, though. But it engulfs the android, but it's really cool. When you're a kid, you don't know it's a fucking penis.
Well, you shouldn't.
So Cell engulfs the android, and he becomes super strong.
Wait, okay. Yeah. So he becomes super strong.
And now, obviously he's the strongest. But when so Gohan kicks him, he throws up the android, so now he's not as strong anymore, and Gohan could just kill him and destroy him.
Okay.
But Cell is like, no, he becomes this big fat Cell, and he's like, I'm gonna blow myself up and destroy the whole world. And Goku's like, I'm not gonna let that happen, and I'm gonna instant transmission to another planet, which happens to be this, I forgot his name, this little god's planet. So Gohan's like, no, I could have killed him and saved my dad, but now instant transmission, and now my dad's gonna die with Cell, and boo-hoo, but at least Cell's gone, right? So Cell blows himself up with Goku in another planet, and Cell's gone. But because he's Cell, by blowing himself up, he still didn't die. And he regenerates himself.
Okay.
And he now has all of the android, he's the still final form where he's the strongest ever, and he even has Gohan's superpowers.
Okay.
So Gohan.
Wow.
So Cell's back now, strongest as ever, as strong as Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I still don't get it. But it's so cool. And
yeah, I'm very confused.
And that's what it is. So Dragon, you can't think about it. It's just so cool. And now Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2 Cell, which is pretty much what he is, Super Saiyan 2 Cell. He just destroys Super Saiyan 2 Gohan now. So Gohan now has one arm.
Okay, so this is the new Cell.
This is the new Cell, the final Cell.
Okay.
After he destroyed himself.
Oh, all right.
But it's still so cool, and this is why it's my favorite saga. And
so the best way to enjoy Dragon Ball is to just never even think about it or question it.
I mean, look at the world it's in. You have a talking pig.
Well, yeah, but it's anime, so that can be justified.
Very true.
Okay, so continue.
Yeah, so he destroys Gohan. Gohan's got like one arm left, and he's pretty much given up hope. And Cell is about to, again, try and destroy the planet with, Kamehameha. And from the grave, Goku's like, Gohan, you're still stronger than him. You can defeat him with one arm. Give it your all. And Gohan gives his super, Kamehameha. So now you got the two Kamehamehas. Okay, and they're the big, it's so cool. Oh my god, on the screen, it's awesome. Huge. You have to watch it.
Okay.
It's so cool. And the two things are, and it's going back and forth.
Okay.
And Cell's like, oh, I'm just messing with you. I can kill you anytime I want, but I'm going to keep talking to you.
Why?
And Gohan's
he gets stuck monologuing.
Oh, yeah. And Gohan's like, I can't. But then all of Gohan's friends, Vegeta, Trunks, everybody, they start trying to hit Cell to distract him. Yeah. And Cell's just like with his ass. No, you're not. And he
with his ass,
and it's his back, and things just fly off of him, and the wind blows everyone away. It's a can't help. And so Goku's still like, you got this, and from the grave he's behind him doing the Kamehameha.
Okay.
And finally Vegeta comes and with all his might gives Cell the biggest, Kamehameha of his own.
All right.
And Cell's finally like, what am I gonna do? And Goku yells at Gohan, go! And Gohan kills Cell.
What do you mean Gohan kills Cell?
Gohan kills Cell for good.
Oh, shit.
And then you hear the music in the background and Cell's like, no.
Okay.
And it was the best.
Okay.
Did you like my dramatization?
Well, yeah, it worked.
It did.
Okay, so we're going to wrap it up now. But, alright, thanks guys for listening. I'm Chris.
I'm John.
And we'll see you again next week on the Bonesaw Comiccast. Wow, that sounds cool. Okay, and we're gonna talk about more comics and shit, and that's about all that we can talk about.
And just more shit.
Yep. So
revenge is shit.
Yeah, revenge of the shit. You stay classy, Bonesawers. Bonsawites. I don't really have a name for my fans yet. I don't have a lot of them.
Bonsaudians?
Bonsaudians?
Like Bostonians?
No.
Bonsaudians?
Bone Saudi Arabians? No, that wouldn't work either.
Yeah, that's the shit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, bye-bye!